People are always saying that God sends special kids to special parents, and I wish they could see inside my heart a little bit. I think the only thing special in the equation would be God's grace and equipping us to handle what He sent us. I took the pregnancy test. I'll always remember the day, and I was just so, like, what? What just happened? Like, is this real? I went across the street and I went on a long walk and I was just talking. I was like, oh, I can't believe it. I felt like we had followed the roadmap that we had been told was the way to do it. So in my mind, I felt like we put in good, we should get out good. So when we thought about our child, we imagined a very bright, passionate child that would wow us. I remember the appointment, and we were both really excited because we were going to find out boy or girl. The OBGYN says, well, it looks like you're going to be having a girl. She says, well, I'm just seeing some things that are concerning. She said it could be Down syndrome, could be Turner syndrome, it could be nothing. But I was just in shock. Like, I wasn't even sure what to say, what to do. So we went in for the high-risk appointment, and they sat us down with the genetics counselor. He said basically we had a 50% chance that something was really wrong, probably Down syndrome or Turner syndrome. He said the only way to know for sure was to have an amniocentesis. So we decided to go ahead with the amnio so that we could be prepared to know what we were facing. I remember thinking, any minute we're going to get that call and they're going to be like, oh, we were so mistaken. We're so sorry. Of course your baby's fine. And I had to wait, I think it was 3 days for that phone call. And I answered, and I'll never forget. He says, I'm very sorry to tell you this, but your baby tested positive for trisomy 21. And the way he said it was as if he had said, I'm sorry, but your baby just died. And those tests are 99.9% sure. So at that point, I knew that my baby was going to be born with Down syndrome. There was a storm inside me, and I didn't even know what to say. I felt like all my dreams were gone. Well, what's the point in putting in all this work? Why am I making it till tomorrow? Why do I have to go through all this pain, all this sickness, all this discomfort for a child that I don't even want? I don't want a child that's going to be born with Down syndrome because that's not part of my plan, and I don't know what to do with that. I was horrified by my own thoughts. I couldn't picture a positive future with her because I felt like we were for some reason being cursed. This isn't right. This isn't how it was supposed to go. And God, if He did this, then He's making a mistake. All the hope that I had been putting in those last few days of God, if you're a good God, please let that test come back negative and let everything be fine and normal and let us move on from this. And that hope died with 99.9% certainty. It was a really dark time in my relationship with God because I very strongly questioned Him. I thought things that I've never thought before. My mind went to a very dark place, wondering, why me? And I questioned everything. People would quote verses or say, God is good. Is He? This doesn't seem very good. Why is He doing this? If He was really good, wouldn't He give me the baby that I felt like I deserved? When Addison was born, I felt just very disconnected from her. I didn't get to hold her. I didn't even really get to see her because I was, hoping that I would just take one look at her face and be like, oh, I can't believe I thought all those things. Of course she's perfect and, she's my baby. How could I not love her? But I didn't get to look at her face. The next morning after breakfast, Erin wheeled me up to the NICU, and I was so excited to finally hold her and see her face, and she had so much equipment on her face that I couldn't really see her. I couldn't see her at all, so I still felt very disconnected. I guess you could say my faith was being tried, but at that point I didn't feel like I had much faith left because it just all piled on top of each other. And she had a very long stay, and I just spent a lot of time sitting next to her bed, watching her fight to live, and to watch her spirit as she grew stronger, as she fought, as she would smile, as she just showed this really glorious personality, all her own, one that I never could have dreamed up in my future baby. I realized, man, I love this kid. She's not what I expected, but she is amazing. She tackles every day with this spirit and willingness to learn and to flourish, and just this inner contentment that I envy a lot. And she's taught me a lot about living. God made her perfectly, and I realized how perfect she was, even with all her health problems, even with her delays and her diagnosis. I'm constantly amazed and constantly humbled when I look at what I've gotten through her as my daughter. God can take our deepest fears, our deepest insecurities, and our darkest times and make something really good out of that. He put us all together just the way we were supposed to be, and He knew that I needed Addison to really understand the depth of His love and His goodness, and just to kind of slow me down in life to realize what's important and to realize the complexity of love.